Hello YouTubers again. Let's just try this again, given the inaccuracy of the Canon GX9s or G9X's indication on the back screen as to where the video is actually happening. It's fairly accurate for the still photos, but not necessarily for the videos. In any case, I wanted you to hear the sound on this one, and but it was like basically the most you got of me was cut off right about here. So I've pretty well established that that's, you know, that's sort of like the upper limit of that now. So okay. Hello YouTubers. Joe Kersey here. On my Lord, that looks tilted. Oh well. Among other things. On Thursday, April 26th, 2018, at around it's about 13:30 in the afternoon Eastern time. God bless us all. This was out on the deck too. It was very pretty. And along those lines, I got a comment left on my the really long video I stuck up there where Paul and I were talking. I think it was more like I was monologuing while Paul sort of occasionally talked. Like I said, it was a concerto, a one-act play. This guy left a comment. His channel has a total of 2 subscribers. And what he's put up is mostly
we have to start somewhere.
Snippets from, video games. Yeah, he's one of those.
Kind of cartoon graphic
and
video games.
He says, may God have mercy on both your souls. He misspelled mercy. He spelled M-E-R-C-E-Y rather than M-E-R-C-Y.
Proofreading, huh?
But, let's not niggle about that.
No.
We're dealing with. Well, I didn't know. I didn't know whether he really meant it genuinely. If so, God bless you. Or if he meant it hatefully, and if so, God bless him too, for it wasn't him. As nearly as I could tell in these now gender fluid days. Well, each to his own, That's the beauty of living in an open, tolerant society, ideally. Odd how that kind of tolerance morphs into intolerance on the internet, though, isn't it?
Yep. Flame and chain.
In line with, Proverbs 15:1.
Twitterati.
A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. I thanked him for his comments and said that, indeed God has blessed both of us, Paul and myself, every day, as near as I can tell and perceive and encounter. So thank you very much. Now for the main course. I wish it's medical license renewal time here in the state of Ohio for people with the names that end in like it's like, you know, H through H-I-J-K, like L or M. They do them in like cohorts, you know, throughout the year. So it's now my time to
Not
read.
like the Roman cohort.
So you have to go to the website, you know, it's just, you have to do it online, which is absolutely fine. I have no problem with that. I did it online 2 years ago. No problem, really. Well, yes, there's always a problem because their websites don't work easily. They're not intuitive, and they don't make it clear. All right.
See what happened?
2 years ago, I got it done, and I printed out the application and my answers. Well, it was like you started the application, you went all the way down to the bottom, and then there was an option to print out your answers. So I printed them out. This time around,
Here they are.
no. Now, before we even got to the website,
From 2 years ago.
we had to sign in to the website. Well, the subsequent part of the website is part of the website. And so I duly had my records from last year, had my username that had been assigned.
I'm the two-headed
My
man.
password that had been assigned, and I entered them in the spaces provided. Nope.
I can be at the state fair.
Nope. 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 Invalid. Invalid. Nope. 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 Well, it seems instead of the user password they assigned last year, they wanted your actual email address. Well, they sort of said that last year too, but turned out not to be the case.
That wasn't what they wanted last year.
So
No,
I
2
entered
years
the
ago.
website or the password from last year. Nope.
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 Nope. Nope. Nope.
No luck for you, my lad.
Set new password. Click here. We will send you an email. Oh, they recognize the email for that.
Yeah, they like that.
Well, and I went and I tried to reset it, you know, and they all now want like now they want a special character in addition to like, you know, uppercase, lowercase, and a number. Okay. So I had to reset it anyway. You know, even with the one I use pretty much all the time for things.
I didn't try screw you 1, 2, 3, 4 plus.
So I called the, let's see, the administrative website help chat line, state of Ohio.
There you go.
And I got a very nice guy, and he says,
He's got a state job. He can't
you
get
guys should
fired.
change this state medical board stuff every 2 years, and the stuff I used 2 years ago doesn't work. And so he says, I'll send you a link.
Of course.
So he sent me a link, and boom, I'm onto the site. All right.
He's got a state job.
And I worked my way through the questions,
He can't
which
get
had
fired.
been subtly reworded.
Yep, always.
Well, they do that. Well, the major 7 questions is
Big 7.
and they don't really change much each year. It's like
Sometimes they do.
convicted of a crime.
Sometimes they'll slip something in.
Have you know, gotten screwed over by some other licensing agency? Have you had anybody else sue you, either an agency or, well, for that matter, you know, your malpractice stuff and all that kind of stuff? Because those will stay the same. Okay. I mean, those are easy. It's like no.
Excuse me.
So those are the seven no's. It's like the 7 deadly sins. It's just like the 7 no's.
The 7 great no's.
But then they ask you all sorts of things about, you know, are you actively practicing? Well, you know, what do you mean by actively practicing? Yeah, I maintain an active license.
What?
I I don't see patients in the sense of seeing patients. Like, come on in here and undress, I'm going to examine you and write something down in my chart. But I certainly talk to people enough in depth about their intimate medical situations that, you know, they ask me for some advice, and of course, my advice is, you know, go see your physician. But if you want to know what I would tell you do, here's what I would do. Is that practicing medicine?
Yeah, I think so.
I occasionally refer somebody to another physician.
That's practicing medicine.
That certainly is practicing medicine, I should think. You know, if I call the guy up and say, look, here's so-and-so. You know, that doesn't happen often, but it does happen occasionally. To me, that's practicing medicine. So then they say, hours a week you spend on this activity. Well, it'd be like, I just said 1 to 3 a week. The 3 might be a bit of an overestimate, some weeks not. Some weeks not at all. Odd, you know, it's just gray areas.
Yep.
Well, anyway, so I worked my way through that, and then
Not popular nowadays.
I kept waiting for him to say, you know, print this out, print this out, print this out. Well, I suppose I could have stopped at any time or just printed that particular segment off.
Everybody wants absolutes.
Screenshots. I've done that before. Oh, what a pain in the butt, you know? Turns out I probably should have done that. Well, so a new little thing this year was they make you watch a 10-minute YouTube video about sex trafficking. Not so much to encourage you to engage in it yourself, or incorporate that as part of your practice, but how to recognize it if you might encounter it. Generally in an emergency room setting. Hola! 10 minutes of this. Well, I was surprised they didn't make us sit through some sort of, 20-minute, demonizing and moralizing and harangue about opioids. How people who are in pain can't get opioids because they're going to abuse them.
God forbid you try to alleviate pain.
But fortunately, we were spared that. Maybe because he's running for governor, we were spared that.
The first two duties of a physician are first do no harm and relieve pain and suffering.
Sit through that crap.
Hear that, DeWine? First do no harm and then relieve pain and suffering.
I submitted it. And then, of course, I wanted to see if I could actually go back and, no, you can't.
He sets himself up as knowing what the practice of medicine constitutes in terms of first doing no harm.
Clicks and that.
Idiot.
Those boats were out there in Veracruz Bay aflame. But they were sure happy to take my money.
Oh, yeah. I like that story with $8.50.
That showed up real fast on my bank statement, too. Yep.
That's $3.50 more than 2 years ago.
They didn't lose any time doing that.
No, that went through real fast.
Well, here's another little tidbit that's sort of on the event horizon. There was a very puzzling email yesterday from a woman in our church. Apparently she's arranged some sort of committee meeting, which I didn't know I was on. Nice to be told, isn't it?
Nice to be told. It's nice to be told. It's nice to be told.
It sounded like there was some sort of social planning committee.
Thanks, Mr. Rogers.
Well, this come on, this ain't gonna happen. But I emailed one of the other people on this sort of like shotgun email to 8 people.
There's your creed.
And said, do you have any idea what this is about? He's my judge friend, retired judge friend. He says, I don't have any idea. He says, but Sharon, that's his wife, says she thinks it has to do with planning for the parish picnic. Okay. Well, we have a parish picnic on St. Peter's, well, St. Peter and Paul's Day, I think, on June 29th, or as close to June 29th as possible. This year it's going to be July 1st, which means I'll be reading, which means I have to go. Anyway, I go back to him. I said, you know, my idea of a good time is not sitting out on a folding chair in the hot sun on a late, you know, June Sunday morning. I said, I find it hard to have sort of an encounter with the divine under those circumstances. So we shall see. I'll see Melva on Sunday morning, probably.
I'm not going to answer that right now.
See if I can beg off this nonsense. I don't have any talent along these lines. Come on, give me a break. I'm glad she thinks highly of me. I really am. I think very highly of her, but I have no talent along these lines. Well, there we go.
I have no idea how it's going to work out yet.
This thought again. I'm not a fan of Proverbs. Proverbs have always seemed to me to be relatively self-serving, contingent advice.
Yeah,
you know?
Time servers, alike the world over.
Yeah. Then there are these segments in Proverbs about, you know, wisdom sort of being equivalent to the second
person of the Trinity.
Physicists of the,
person.
Trinity.
Yeah, that's the Greek
equivalent to
word.
the sun.
I'm trying to be pretentious there. Thanks, Joe.
There's a lot of that writing that equates wisdom, Sophia, with the person of the second person of the Trinity. I don't like that.
I don't like that.
Anyway, that's been sort of the hurly-burly in my mind today. So I'll say bye-bye, YouTube.
There we go. All righty. And now let's find out if this bad boy tuck here, huh? Oh, it's still recording.